everybody, this is Peter B again. Adam at Splendid Sports Cards wanted to see baseball cards of outfielders with very strong throwing arms. And this VR is actually very easy for me because I was planning on doing this video anyways. I've already had a lot of cards pulled to do my own video, so I'll just make it a VR for Adam at Splendid Sports. Now, Adam said growing up, he used to love to watch outfielders throw to bases and get baseball players out, and I did too. I really like the strong throwing arms, and like Adam, I personally had a very strong throwing arm. I played baseball all through high school, and then after that I started playing softball all through up to my 40s, and I've always been proud of my throwing arms. Normally playing third base, but at times I would play outfield because of my arm. One time, well, first let me tell you, when I was younger, I went to Ted Williams baseball camp, and they rate you on skills 1 to 5, 5 being the best. And for my arm strength, I got rated 5, so I was very proud of that. I won't tell you what I got rated on hitting a curveball, but I did have a strong throwing arm and rated a 5. In high school, my team was playing this team we hated. They were like our enemy team. And there was one player on the team who was a total jerk. And he was good, but he was a total jerk, but he let everyone know how good he was and how better he was than any other player. So I wasn't playing third base that game. I don't know why, but I was in left field. And he was at bat, and he smoked a line drive, a one-hop line drive right at me. I mean, it came flying right at me. And I catch it on one bounce, and I look towards second, but I see him just jogging down to first, thinking he had a clean single. And I looked to the first baseman, and he was still looking at me because he watched the ball go out to the outfield. So I just reared back and threw the ball to first. I wanted to get this butt face out. And he's jogging, and then about 3/4 of the way down, he notices my first baseman starting to set up at the bag for a throw. So he turned, saw the ball, and started running as fast as he can, and I got him out by 2 steps, and I really smoked that jerk. And that was like probably one of my favorites play I ever made playing baseball. Really felt proud getting that guy who thought he was so good but didn't hustle, throwing him out from left field. So anyways, forget about me. Let's move on to real baseball players. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is Ichiro. You'll see a little bit more of him later. But the first guy I'm going to show you is Gus Gorbis. This is the 1956 Topps. And the reason I'm showing you Gus, because he is credited with the longest throw in history. He threw from the far right field corner of, I forget which stadium it was, but of a stadium. And he threw it to the far left-hand corner on diagonal in this stadium, and he threw it 445 feet and 10 inches, and this was in 1957. And to date, he is still credited with the longest throw. It wasn't during a game, but it's still the longest throw ever made. So that's Gus Gorbis, and like I said, this is 1956 Topps. There's the gray back, Glenn Edward Gorbis. Next one I'm going to show you is Bob Muse. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Musial. This is a 1923 W572, and it is a strip card. These came in black and white with the little logo and the player's name and team. And it was a strip card, so it has a blank back. So kids would cut the strip of cards into these individual cards. Bob played in the outfield with Babe Ruth. It said that Musial threw strikes to any base from the outfield. So he is definitely considered to have a cannon arm. Neat that he played the outfield alongside Babe Ruth. Bob Musial. Now this is the Willie Mays 1959 Topps Baseball Thrills. Known for more of the catch, as seen here, he also had a very strong throwing arm. Like I said, this is a 1959 Topps, and that is the famous catch he made during the World Series. And that's the back of it, little like newspaper-like back explaining about the catch. And here is another 1959 Topps from the same Baseball Thrills subset, and it's Rocky Colavito. Colavito had a legendary arm and once threw a ball from home plate and landed over the center field fence 436 feet away. That's a nice action shot of Rocky catching, but he did also have a cannon of an arm. And once again, these Baseball Thrills have like a newspaper back explaining about the play you see on the front. Rocky Colavito. Okay, Carl Furillo. Furillo's right arm earned him the nickname the Redden Rifle. Furillo once threw out pitcher Mel Queen at first base by 2 feet on a ball hit to right field that everyone thought was a single. So sort of like me, except for I threw from left field and the kid was jogging 3/4 of the way down, I do admit. He threw out a pitcher during a game, during a major league game, from right field when everyone in the stands thought it was a clean hit. This is a 1952 Bowman of the Redden Rifle, Carl Furillo. And the back. Carl Furillo. Oh yeah, these are in no order. This isn't like my top. These are just all players with cannon arms. Here's Andre Dawson. The 1986 Topps Expo Team Leaders. And this is the back of it. Andre Dawson. Dawson had a cannon of an arm that helped him into the Hall of Fame. He made outfield for the Expos with 2 other cannons, Ellis Valentine and Warren Cromartie. And I remember that they had a tremendous outfield of 3 of them. Ellis Valentine also had a very, very good arm. And of course, Andre Dawson. So right now we're up in Montreal. So let's stay in Montreal. And we got Vladimir Guerrero. This is his 2003 Topps T206 card. Prior to a game in the 2004 American League Division Series versus the Yankees, he threw a ball 370 feet during warm-ups. You can see highlight videos of him on YouTube. He would hit anything thrown to him, and he had a crazy strong arm. That's the back of the T206 tops. Vladimir Guerrero, also from Montreal Expos. We'll do one more former Expo. Although the card shows him as a Rocky, he did start his career in Montreal. And that is Larry Walker. Walker, this is his Dunross 2005 Champions card. Walker had a gun of an arm, making runners hesitant to take that extra base. And I've seen plays of his, highlights, and he certainly does fit the bill of a cannon of an arm. Larry Walker. This is the back of the card. Okay, let's move across from Montreal to Toronto. We got another very strong arm in Jesse Barfield. This is the 1984 tops showing Jesse. And Barfield had an incredibly strong and accurate throwing arm from right field. Normally you do put the guy in right field with a strong arm, as they have to make that long throw to third base. And here is Jesse Barfield, Toronto Blue Jays. And the back of the card. We'll do one more while we're in Toronto. And this guy had a cannon. Raul Mondesi. This is his 2000 tops card. Nickname El Cannon, Mondesi has a tattoo on his right arm of a cannon shooting up a ball. And believe me, that nickname El Cannon is well deserved. I've seen him throws on highlights on TV, and he had an amazing arm. There he is showing off his gold glove. Raul Mondesi. Topps 2000 card. And that is the back of it. Very strong arm. Okay, going to a local player for me, that is. Dwight Evans. And this is an autographed 1976 Topps. Evans was considered to have one of the greatest throwing arms in baseball in the 1970s. He played the tough right field in Fenway masterly. Compared to some players, and this is my little comment now, compared to some other players in the Hall of Fame, I think he should deserve to be there too. Great player for the Red Sox. Got a little unnoticed because of Jim Rice and Fred Lynn. But he was a tremendous player, Dwight Evans. And I've seen, watching Red Sox games, his arm in work, and he had a great arm. 1976 Topps. And there's the back of the card. Dwight Evans. Okay, this player is Mr. Highlight. And I actually named my dog after him, Bo. And this is Bo Jackson. This is the 2018 Topps Stadium Club of Bo. And like I said, just Google Bo Jackson throws, and you'll see why he is on this list. He had a cannon of an arm. He has many highlights of throwing people out, but the one most remembered, Reynolds, I forget his first name, Reynolds from Seattle, was rounding third, heading for home, and he thought he had a simple score on a hit to left field, deep left field. But Bo was out there, and he caught the ball on a bounce and threw a strike to the catcher. And the coach or another player was telling Craig Reynolds to slide, and Reynolds didn't understand why. And the reason is because Bo Jackson just threw him out at home plate. Tremendous athlete. It's a shame what happened to him, that he couldn't perform when he was at his peak. This is the 2018 Topps Stadium Club. And the back. And Bo knows how to throw, that's for sure. Okay, another very, very strong arm. Another highlight reel with his arm. Ichiro Suzuki. And like I said, like Bo, just Google Ichiro and see his amazing arm in action. Runners made mistakes when they tried to run on him because he would throw them out. This is the 2006 Topps Gold Glove card, the Rawlings Gold Glove Award. Oh, look at it right there at the bottom. No one runs on Ichiro. That's correct, because he will nail you every time. Great player, great arm. And that's the back of it. And that's Ichiro Suzuki. Okay, and for the final two, let's head on over to Pittsburgh. And the first one being Dave Parker. This is his 1974 Topps rookie card. And that's the back of it. In the 1979 All-Star Game, when Parker was on stage for the country on a national TV broadcast, the All-Star Game, his two outstanding throws helped him win the game's MVP award. And you should check those out. They were very, very strong throws, nailing people at the base. Dave Parker doesn't get enough credit in the baseball. He should be a Hall of Famer also, in my opinion. Him and Dwight Evans, of the cards I showed you. Dave Parker. And then finally, also from Pittsburgh, maybe the strongest throwing arm ever, Roberto Clemente. And this is his 1956 Topps. Base runners in the National League feared the arm of Roberto Clemente. Clemente's arm was not only powerful, but also had laser-like precision. And I've seen highlights, and it sure does have a very, very strong arm. And this is one of my favorite cards. Yeah, it's miscut, but hey, I can't afford a real nice one. But I just love him in the background, catching the ball at whatever stadium that is with the signs. Nice card. It is graded a 2 because it's miscut. And here is the back of it. So like I said, I was going to do this video anyways. So I'm kind of glad that Adam wanted us to show you, and I was able to do a VR right away for Adam. But what I showed you were players that had cannon of an arm. Adam said he wanted to see riflemen, and he called this the Rifleman Challenge. So Adam, this is for you. You wanted to see a rifleman? Well, here is the Rifleman, Chuck Connors. 1952 Mother's Cookies card. Chuck Connors from the Los Angeles Angels of the Pacific Coast League. If you don't know the little joke there, Chuck Connors played baseball in the minors in Los Angeles, and he became an actor, giving up baseball to become the rifleman on the TV show. So, Adam, here is the rifleman. You wanted to see one? Well, here is the only one. Thank you very much.